my name is Hawks1190 or Narrator. Here right now we have a special guest. His name is Logan, or as you guys know, I'm LP. Say hello.
Hola.
Oh, wow, you sound very shy. Just letting you know that
Yes,
now.
I know that. Somebody.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know how to play hide and seek. But right now we're playing Among Us while we're talking about the whole story stuff. And so I'm pretty sure we left off somewhere. Don't know where, just somewhere.
I'm pretty sure we left off right before your return. So we're gonna be doing your
Alright.
return.
Okay, so yeah, after the West SMP, I vanished for a bit due to some reasons. And I came back a while after. Things went downhill, apparently, from what I have witnessed.
Uh,
And
Downhill's understatement.
Oh, I'm an
good point.
engineer.
So what happened was I came back, everything happened. I by the way, I apologize now because we are playing Among Us and I'm very focused in this as a king of Among Us I am. Anyways, so um yeah,
If
stuff
you hear
happened.
any profound screaming, I'm sorry. I'm just
Yeah,
saying that now.
good point. Oh no, oh damn. Anyways,
Some
so what happened was I came back, yada yada yada, stuff happened. Then I decided to think of the channel and all that. And what happened was words. Yes, we all had the idea of. Um, we
what?
all
Huh?
had the idea. I died. We all had. I had the idea of making the channel, well, and we're thinking of the names. Wes and Logan and Jeremy, all of them tied in to find what we should name the channel. And we came up with the Unforgotten. If I'm correct, Logan, you're the one that made the profile picture, right?
Profile picture for which?
The Unforgotten, like the first one
I
with
think
our,
if it was just a black logo, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, it had blue text with a black
Yeah.
and blue outlining. Yeah. So yeah, that happened. We became a role play group, and things were going somewhat okay. And then it went downhill, which is an understatement.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was the main cause of the original death of the Unforgotten was because you had internet issues that you're still having.
Yes, I had internet issues. Because I got into VR, I got VR for the first time, and all this stuff happened, and then I had to leave due to having to move and all that into the woods. So now we have all this stuff going on right now. Everyone's taking their time and all that, and internet's leaving once again because we're borrowing internet at the moment. So I won't be in these recordings as much as I hoped. So yeah,
So you might see more of me, maybe.
Or not.
yeah, yes,
Or not.
or not.
Why do
Yeah,
you think I
it'll
said
mainly be
maybe?
yeah. So it's mainly going to be Logan and Wes doing the videos for now until I get back, and then that's when we have fun,
Yeah.
some real fun.
Me and Wes could probably do some Phasmophobia
Next
content
thing
during your
that might
absence.
be uploaded will be
Yes, I would enjoy that.
Phasmophobia or me doing a let's play of Security Breach,
Oh dear.
Yes,
which that's gonna be
yes.
hell.
But
Security
I
breach.
will
Oh,
also.
buddy, that would be
Oh, go
fun.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll love to watch it.
Funtime did tell me that I have a good Let's Player voice for when I was playing it.
You do. Honestly and
Oh,
truthfully, I can almost guarantee you have a really good one. when it just comes like,
You might run.
So I would like to mention, please try and tone it down.
Hey
I'm
guys.
sorry.
Hey man, I'm
Hey
just.
guys.
What is it?
Apologies.
Are you it?
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Anyways,
Nope.
what's up
Back
next
here.
for the
Back here.
talking?
Get back here.
So we left off at basically his
But
internet going out, please. But
Okay,
anyway, after his internet went out, it was just basically just
yes.
the Unforgotten. It went to basically whoever could lead it leads it, and the responsibility was really left upon me. And
Yep.
just due to school and everything starting, I left it originally.
yeah, I was the one that kept up with the Discord server.
Yeah. So now that everything's just kind of basically leveled out, I'm pretty sure we might be able. We might be. No, no, no. Anyway, 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 anyway,
How the
anyway.
hell?
Oh,
Ah.
bro. Yo, there we
Anywho,
go.
now that like everything's starting to level out a little bit more with school and everything, pretty sure Wes and I might be able to do content while he's absent. Maybe.
That and I will be able, through my phone service, I will be able to join in calls and watch everything, but I will not be able to join them with
Yeah.
whatever they're doing. I'll just be able to sit on the side and talk.
So you could still do like podcasts and everything like we're doing now.
Oh, there's level of survivor.
You know what? I literally just came up with the worst idea for me to ever do to myself, but I'm gonna do it. Next,
What's that?
for the video idea of the security breach, is that I play security breach, but I let my friends watch and decide everything I do.
Oh, that will be interesting.
You already know if I'm the one watching, it's gonna be a shit show.
Both of you will be watching.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shit show then.
Yeah.
So not much has really happened in between the time period of him being gone.
Yeah.
So that's going to leave it off for the video. There wasn't really much to talk about because this is really just the. Uh, this is the end to a new beginning, pretty much. So thank you all so much for watching, and please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss a video. Oh, and watch us be morons at everything we do.
I feel insulted. Howdy, I'm Logan, or as I've been mentioned as is L or LP. I guess the way to simply say this is that this is gonna be the way I got to the point to where we're at now. So it really all began 3 years ago. Talking from about 2020 perspective, going into probably 2021. I came by Wes in a group post, and the other guy named X. So we played around for a little bit, and we got to know each other a little bit. Me and Wes kept contact. Me and X didn't keep contact much.
That's not how it
So
happened.
skip ahead a little bit.
That's not how it
Um,
happened.
no, I'm just summarizing it basically. That's practically what happened. But if you want to put your input in, go on ahead.
X joined our group post.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Our group post?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was Wes's group
Oh.
before anything else. By the way, I'm here.
Yeah, X joined our group post. We joined that one guy that trolled us with
Oh.
morphing, and we hung out for like 2 weeks, and then we started trying to do our own stuff. Remember? And then X joined our group post. But he
Okay.
couldn't join the world, so we
Yeah.
went and do other things with him.
Okay. Now I understand. Okay. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Anyway. I remember that chicken thing.
Yeah,
Anywho.
that was before X, by the way.
We're gonna talk about the chicken thing.
Okay. The chicken thing is where I had went invisible and possessed a chicken and held a sword. Anywho, continue on. Where did I leave off? The X thing,
X.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, skip ahead a few years. forgot how I really joined the entire group thing. I think I got relayed from somebody we're gonna mention as SP.
SP?
They relayed me over to uh X at the time. I'm pretty sure, if
No,
I'm remembering
no,
right.
you're not.
No, that's how I'm remembering, because they introduced me as a lefty. Don't remember it vividly because it was so out of nowhere. Anyway, okay. So the way that I'm remembering it is they introduced me to X as a lefty. So they didn't have a lefty. That's who I played. Okay, skip forward a little bit. Then it comes Hawks in with the entire, okay, basically take a stand, civil right bullshit. So basically that caused a big division. Some people went one way, some people went the other. Most people went to Hawks' side. However, I went with X at the time. And essentially, with the way everything was ran with X's side of things, it was kind of like a segregation. You weren't allowed to talk with these set of people, or else you basically get removed.
I couldn't care less on my end, but apparently HC thought otherwise.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't get
Like you,
reprimanded at all.
yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't
so
get. Look, the best way to explain it, Wes is going to be Wes. That's how it's always been explained.
yeah,
Like, I'm just going to be sorry. Our one saying is Wes is Wes. Wes is just Wes. He's just the Wes. Anywho,
yeah.
That's
so
very hurtful. But,
it shouldn't be hurtful now. You have your own
How else are we
role.
supposed to explain it? You had your whole theme, like
Like, you have your
you were
own
able to do
thing. You
anything.
have barely been involved in drama until, like, the ending bits. That's really the
Yeah, that's
only
true.
drama that you've really been a part of. Because it involved
Yeah,
you specifically. Anyway.
I mean, like I would be happy to be you, Wes, because I didn't want to be a part of the drama, but that was half
Neither
of it.
did I, but then I became like a fucking hot point. It's like everybody had their hot points of drama. The way I see it, there was like main characters to the drama.
So,
why do you think we
Captain
say
America Civil
arcs?
War.
Like, fair enough. Anywho, where the hell did I leave off at?
Wes did his own thing.
Oh yeah, okay. So basically, okay, so we had this one guy that I'm gonna mention as DL. He went to go start his own little thing with some members of uh Hawks's group, if I'm remembering. My brain is having a hard time. And basically, word got to me. I informed X, and it went on from there. He was removed, and then I don't remember exactly what happened afterward to a precise manner because I can't really remember. Anyway, so that goes on for quite some time, and somehow, some fucking way, everything just magically becomes okay again. Just magically.
So
One day, fucking Hawks joins fucking X's world. Everything's okay. It's just like nothing fucking happened. I don't understand the shit, but it was just kind of like nothing happened, which I guess is the manner that we could say in that group is it always begins off as nothing happened. And then something happens. So after that stuff goes down, okay, we have this era that we're going to call the facility era because I helped with a facility map that we used for the roleplay at the time. And that's where the big segregation happened. And then basically I go off and do my own thing. Eventually, over time, I forgot what led it. I think it was the drive to be better than X. So that's really the only thing that drove that. And then I reached out to Hawks one day and said, "Hey, new group, want to join?" And he basically just said, "Ban, yes." That's just a
I had
summary.
no life. Okay, I had no life.
if I'm being honest, we still don't have a life.
Yeah, that's true. True that.
Like, look at what we're doing in the background. But anyway.
We take Mungus.
Okay,
Yeah, y'all should
so,
probably mention that because they can't really see that.
well, it don't matter. I'm gonna sum it up. We're playing Among Us in the background. Okay.
Yes,
Then,
playing,
then
harass
what?
Jude.
What happens then is eventually, after my stuff begins, JJ and T come along. See, me and Hawks weren't a big fan of T. We despised him. He just had a terrible attitude that nobody really liked at the time, which caused a lot of conflict, stuff like that. It was just kind of like, it was just instantly everyone was at each other's necks. JJ was a neutral ground, but me, Hawks, and T did not really click well. Me and Hawks did not like T all that well. So,
Long story short, he was using JJ.
yeah, from what we assumed, we don't know what's going on now, really, because we
Yeah.
haven't tried to keep up much. Okay, so what
Oh,
happened after this? I saw that my group wasn't prospering well. It wasn't prospering much. Nobody was really doing much. We prospered for what we could. And I basically one day got up and threw the towel in. And it then becomes the era of the what we call the West SMP. Because basically my group died and then the realm starts, the world starts, the SMP starts, it begins. And it didn't begin off much so as just like a roleplay thing. It began off as just a survival world for everybody. And it went really well within the first few days, and then me and X decided to gather some material to cause some havoc. And one person in particular, which I'm gonna call him CV, we weren't a big fan of him. We just didn't like his attitude. Nothing against his entire personality and everything. Other than that, he's a decent guy. We just don't like the attitude he threw forth. So I basically go and hunt him down throughout the stuff. It causes conflict, and conflict leads to more conflict. And okay, so he gets removed, and okay, skip down the line a little bit. We're still in the SMP, and then I got with this thing, and essentially a fake death happens, and after that goes on, it caused a lot of ill feelings within everybody, and it caused a lot of anger and confusion with everybody, a lot of hurt as well.
Yeah, I found this out. I would have to say right when it was figured out that Q or
Just
yeah
just call him
Q
FQ,
faked it.
FQ.
Yeah, FQ faked their death. I found that out like right when it was exposed because I wasn't really active at the time. I didn't vanish or anything. I just wasn't that active.
Yeah. So me, Wes, I'm going. Are we allowed to mention FT?
not really, but
Okay.
I mean it's already code name because no one knows who it is.
Okay. So, me, Wes, FT, and then JJ went on a little spree of not much. So, well, matter of fact, I'm just gonna say we went on more research trying to discover whether she actually did it or not, and we had discovered that her brother was on the device that she had basically been mentioned to commit at commit the act. And so we came to the conclusion that it was false due to it. So after we figured out that he was playing on the device that she had been ruled to commit at, um, we automatically assumed because there wasn't a big enough time period just for everything to clear up. So we automatically assumed and knew. that it was a false statement. And a dear friend of mine had came to me actually crying about the situation, which really just completely upset me. It made me quite furious at the person, considering I knew that it was a false thing. But at the time that this happened, I was still confused because I didn't know whether it was true or false. So a lot of me didn't believe that it was true, but there was still that other half that was believing that it was true. So in the midst of confusion, I still tried to help out DL. So then research happens, figure it out, and then she out of nowhere decides to return. And basically what happens for most people just from what I saw the like actions as they just kind of ignored that it even happened from what I saw. It was just kind of like it happened and then within a few days it was just kind of just shunned off like nothing. And with me, I did not shun it off. It burned more of a hatred with me. And it was just due to the people I knew were crying because of it. So it really just burned an ember brighter than anything. So that led into a lot of other stuff. It led to a lot of stuff being said which really shouldn't have, or actions that really shouldn't have been done during the time. And it caused a lot of harsh feelings between me, FT, and just really the entire thing. I had got shunned out because of it for the most part, because a little after she returned, nobody really spoke to me much. So after that kind of happened, it all just kind of lined itself back out because I got DL back into it and then I just left. And that's where my memory stops on all of the drama for the most part because all of it's kind of jumping around. So let's jump to we're gonna jump to Hawks's disappearance with the internet. So somewhere down the line during his either disappearance or getting ready to disappear, I began my own group again, trying to get it all going. And it doesn't really work out the way that I hoped that it would. Because out of nowhere, the same person, FQ, had her own SMP going from what I understand. And apparently she had a really controlling outlook on it, apparently. And she was changing things that people really didn't want changed. And a lot of people had harsh feelings about which actually led to her entire thing getting blown up. So that day it led to me no, I wouldn't say confronting her about it, but more so just telling her off. Basically just insulting her. Which again was wrong on my behalf. So because I didn't know what was going on at foot or at hand. So I only knew from third person perspective what I was being told. And that day as well, X messages me actually like later that whatchamacallit, later that night. Like around 7, maybe 6. And me and him spoke, and I was really skeptical of it. Didn't feel as if I should be at ease because of it. Whether I should really be skeptical. But basically what happened was it led to me being extremely skeptical. So what happened is later that night, me and him played a little bit, and I was on a really heavy sort of perspective. I did not go in with a complete open front, open wall, but I made it seem as if everything was alright. Because I really did not know what to believe at that time. And me and him kind of hit it off. Everything goes well. And that's really just about the end of that. So me and him were cool. And then go to about November time. About. I think it was November. What was it? 8th? I think it was November 8th. I stopped talking with Wes just due to really stupid uh, accusations that I had no proof whether were real or not. I was just kind of led on by emotion. So that goes on, and then skip forward to November 27th. I stopped talking with X again, and then after X left, FQ came back, and everything went on there. And that about that time, about back in October, so a little bit before that, my group was starting back up again. Everything was going decently. It was a bit unstable when it came to members and actually getting activity. It was really unstable then. And then once everything happened on November 8th, it just all kind of plummeted. It all went down for the worse, and nothing really happened the way that it should have. And again, a lot of situations were not handled the way that they should have. And really, what it was just all unjust, in my own opinion. So then, if we skip ahead a bit, November 27th, X gets removed, P gets removed. Basically, almost all old group members get removed from my group, except for DL, and I think that might be it. And then FQ comes back, and I allow her into the thing because I requested her to. Because I wanted to see how she was at that current time. Okay, and essentially, me and her had a lot of fallouts. A lot. What I mean by fallout is leaving, joining, leaving, joining, leaving. It was a constant loop of just leaving and joining. So, and then that really just leads us off to where we are today. Me and X began talking again I think a few weeks back. So, and me and Wes started talking January 22nd.
Yeah, that time.
That's the exact day. I just pulled it up on my phone. January 22nd, me and him start talking again. And don't remember exactly when me and X start talking again. Um, all I know is it happened, really. Me and him were really okay. I think as of today, me and him have cleared a little bit off. We've got a little bit of that top rust off. But essentially, just to summarize everything that happened within the group, it was just like a complete he said, she said sort of situation. Everything was just whenever insults flew, everyone tried to one up one another. It was never just leave it flatline, leave it where it's at. It was always constantly talk behind the other's back and not get full clarification. And it got really fucking boring. So it was just an entire child's play of pointing fingers. And it just led to one thing led to another, and then it would be okay for maybe a week, maybe a month. Back to each other's throats we went. Which, for the majority of the part, me and Hawks, I believe, are two people that haven't had any sort of drama between one another. I don't believe. Like, I believe me and you have stayed level grounding. But I guarantee I've gotten about 90% of what I've said wrong. But I know there's about another 90% that I know is correct. So there's specific events that I don't remember in vivid detail. Just because with me, once I forgive, I forget. I just try not to reflect on it too much.
Yeah.
Now, there's certain things like the FQ thing. Now, something as drastic as that, I don't forget that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would.
Yeah. So that's really about all I have to say amongst the entire situation, or all the drama.
Yeah. So I believe that would take us into when you started hearing about the Unforgotten, if I'm correct.
Repeat?
If I'm correct, that's when after all that stuff happened, that's when the Lessons of P came back alive for a bit, and then I thought of the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna rewind a little bit before that. Okay, I joined the West SMP again after leaving. And essentially, nobody was really fond of the idea of me joining back. Everybody really wasn't a big fan of it. So what
Yeah, I was
happened
feeling it.
was some some people weren't okay with it, but they kind of like just stomached it. And then I got DL back into it by talking with Wes. And really the main discussion was between, I think it was them two, I believe. Was am I right, Wes?
Who?
Uh you and DL.
What about me and DL?
Uh you two talking to get him into the
Oh
West
yeah.
SMP.
We're talking about the most recent one that happened when Hawks was not here.
Yeah,
So
yeah, when
yeah,
everything went to shit.
yeah. So I was like, let me give Logan another chance and invite him back, right? So I brought him back, and everybody didn't really like that for the story we were doing at the time, and they stomached it though, because I said I would, you know, take all responsibility if anything happens. So they took my word for it. And then I was like, let's add DL back because he deserves another chance too. But everyone else hated that choice, and they all decided to write me a goodbye message in the game and leave the world and the Discord of the SMP.
You're
So
also forgetting a
Man,
part.
we're crybabies.
what was that?
They also blew the fucking thing to
Not them.
smithereens. They
That was T. T
Yeah,
blew it up.
I'm saying them because I'm
I'm not
classifying them
surprised.
as a whole.
I'm saying just T because yeah,
Okay.
he's the only one that's
Yeah.
a problem with me right now.
So after I joined back, they wrote him a goodbye message after DL joins. After basically following my arrival, DL joins maybe a month, maybe a few weeks. Don't remember
A month.
exactly. Okay, a month. And they despise the idea. I don't know what the hell DL did because I recall nothing
No, it was also you
of.
because
Oh, I know.
they told me afterwards that they didn't like the fact that you were there in the first place. So they were just like, if you add them back, we're done, and yeah.
Okay.
So it was like they were stomaching it for now, but talking behind my back, writing those
Ah,
books the entire time. And
yeah.
then when I added DL back, they that was their last straw.
Okay. So a little bit after that, okay, if I'm remembering right, which I hope I am, I joined the Unforgotten, and it was originally like a roleplay group at the time. It was in the real big trial of what we're gonna do. And I join and become the executioner.
Yeah, so long story short, he was in charge of bans, kicks, and warnings and stuff within the group because he more than anyone he would be perfect for keeping an eye out on who's doing right and who's doing wrong and stuff and with this any situations within the group. So we gave him
Yeah,
the role executioner.
because I've been through the most shit within the fucking group for just being pinpointed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because during my fucking era,
Yeah.
I was called so much shit.
During your era, okay.
Yeah,
Calm
during
down.
my era, or my arc. I was called so much shit.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. in all of our own little eras, we've all been highly, and I mean highly, um talked down upon, especially when
Yeah.
I got back in contact with V through TikTok. Like everyone else didn't take it that far, but then V just took it just too far by literally dedicating a TikTok channel on harassing me
Yeah.
because I banned or because I blocked him on TikTok. He decided to take that as I'm a coward, and then he just decided to think I'm a coward the entire time, which I call him stupid.
Mm.
Because if we can all agree, if someone tries to go all the way that far to TikTok to do it, that's when you know you're just done with it. You don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was mainly just doing that to not deal with his eggs and biscuits ass. So
Now I'm trying to think of how we got here.
um, you became the executioner of the Unforgotten.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I was trying to like link 2+2 anyway. So, as the executioner, I was taking notes on everybody, studying basically just them. So then I would know whether they'd be lying or not. And really not much happened during the whole during the uh during
I
my
see that.
time
I see
as the
that.
executioner. Shut up.
Yeah, you also playing the game, aren't
He was
Yes,
touching your
we
butt
are.
cheeks there for a second. He was touching your
But
butt cheeks.
during my time as executioner, I didn't actually have to get anybody. So, thankfully, I didn't have to do anything. But
Well, there was that one dude that
yeah, yeah,
I
there
told
was
you
that
to,
one
but
guy, and
yeah, but then I was, oh, you're so close. Anyways, but yeah, so there was this one guy that had some issue that I had issues with because of past things I've heard him do, and I wasn't trusting it. But then
yeah,
the person that told me about these past issues tried to say, trust me, they're different now. Motherfucker, if I had a nickel for every time someone said, "Oh, they're
they're
different now,"
different
I would be
now.
rich.
That's like when I told you V
Especially
was
with H. All
different,
I'm saying
and
now,
she was.
yeah, especially with V and H, I would be I'll literally be having
Who
several
the fuck
Bugattis,
is
as
V?
Andrew Tate says.
It's the one.
You know,
Oh, I know. I
eggs and
probably
biscuits,
know.
crumbs and biscuits.
The
Oh, V.
yeah,
Okay.
V.
Okay.
Oh, I'm killer.
I'm pretty sure you
Anyways,
mentioned. I'm pretty sure you
so
mentioned them as a different name.
Oh
no, I called him
yeah.
V. I called him V or eggs and biscuits. I
No, I
don't know
think he's
about
talking
like
about me.
no.
So, other than like just the one guy, we had no issues otherwise. And then we go on to the arc of Hux's no fucking internet,
Yeah, well,
and
me
that
moving and all
basically
that.
it left me in charge of everything. And then with school coming around, I really couldn't bounce too. Uh,
Yeah.
because I had been homeschooled for quite a while. I think if we want to go into counting, I think about uh 2 years, I think. So I was a little bit stressed about him. So I really didn't want to get myself involved with too much. So I backed out of it. And long story short, it's just gonna lead us back into the same circle. So that's really just about what's happened.
Yeah.
So anything y'all want to add
Yeah.
on?
Oh yeah. So then after that, just out of nowhere, out of the blue, I just scream at Logan telling him, yo, new plan for the Unforgotten, hear me out. Because normally it goes to shit every time. But then I told him the idea, and then Wes gave him more intel, and here we are.
Yep.
All right, so that will be it for the story of Logan side of everything. So I'm gonna let him do the special work. Oh, fuck you! I'm gonna do the special work. I'm gonna give him the special words. Make sure to like, subscribe, and
Subscribe.
hit the
Nope,
notification bell.
nope, fuck you. Nope. Be sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you never want to miss a video. Be sure to refer this to a friend if you think we're funny.
We're funny dumbasses.
We're not funny.
Alright, hello everybody. So this is we're just here to do our special thanks to everyone. Um, who would so I'm gonna wait for mine for last since I have a long ass thing of list.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to, you guys can hit it off, and I'll just have mine bit.
Wes, you begin us off because I have a feeling you're gonna have some of the shortest.
Yeah, I have like not that many. Thank you, Hawks, for bringing me the idea. Thanks, Logan, to
Fuck
actually
yourself.
come here and do it. Um, and thanks everybody else that I don't want to give a name just yet.
Alright, so that will be the conclusion of his, and I'll go on with mine.
Yeah, your turn now.
Thank you, Hawks, for allowing me to be a part of this. Same to you, Wes. Thank you, too, for being my friend. And, really hope I don't come to get fucked in the future by this idea.
You won't. We're just sticking around. This is probably the most shit talk we're gonna be me discussing.
But no, you hear what you just said. We're just dicking around, and look what I just said. I hope I don't get fucked by this idea.
Oh.
It didn't add up well, did it?
Oh, I see.
Anyway, thanks to the people that made this little podcast thing possible, but also fuck you for making it possible.
So, I would like to thank a couple people. So, by a couple I mean a lot. I'd like to thank one, Wes and Logan, because without them I wouldn't be here right now, along with my friends Nix and a good pal of mine named Fire. He's always been good at help with me and all that. Let's see who else. I believe I already said Deku. I'm not sure.
You said Deku in the last
Um,
recording.
Yeah, I said Deku in the last one. Deku, Nix, whatever they want to go by now.
Same name.
Yeah, thank you, Poseidon. You're practically a father figure towards me in some ways because my father doesn't really help me with my dream goals. Anyways, so that and I want to thank a YouTuber known as Narrator, as you guys have already realized. I have a decent impersonation of him, along with the fact that I look like him in real life. So without him, I wouldn't even be here with voice acting and even trying to do any of this YouTube stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and my two long past friends, I believe their names were William and David Davis. I keep forgetting the other ones, but I know for a fact that the one I'm closer with was his name was William. Wish you two could still be here to be a part of this big part of my life. And yeah, that's really it for me.
Alright.
Hey.
Really? Now we're gonna be a big shit. Logan,
You
do
know
you see
what?
what we did? Look at me. What, who's starting?
One
Yeah,
of you.
who's
Oh
starting?
shit.
Okay, now
Oh.
wait.
Anyway,
Go.
Of you know,
the special words of what?
like, subscribe and shit, you dumbass. What else would I be referring to?
I don't know.
Fine, I'll do it.